Good morning. Happy February. Isn't it great to get January under your belt? Absolutely brilliant. So, our challenge this month is a breathwork a day. And I'm going to be coming on live, and I'll have other people coming on live, and we'll just be posting really helpful videos for you to go through. Now, you know the Heal Scotland educate, inspire, support. We're training you how to work your own body and to understand the phenomenal intelligence within, because this is an innate healing system. And you all know that to some degree. You cut yourself, the body heals itself. Sometimes it needs a wee bit of help. But in general, the body heals itself when we change the environment, and the internal environment plus often the external environment. You'll find yourself, I'm sure, that you've got your happy place. I was very happy in the Alps. I have to say, very, very happy. Being in the mountains, exercising every day. Good morning, how you doing? So your external environment and your internal environment, and they're always interacting. And people say that moving to a different place, you could be running away. I'm all for running away if it makes you feel great. Go somewhere that makes you feel good if you can. You practice it daily, Joni. Great. So January was intermittent fasting. Now, I highly recommend you keep going with the intermittent fasting. We're looking at up to 2 years. If you have any serious health issues, you need to be looking at the long game, and this is very challenging. Nobody would love more than me that you could fix yourself in 5 days, but that's not how it works, and we're understanding that now, that the bioterrain, the ecosystem needs balanced and maintained, like the garden in the summer, pretty much every day, or it can get completely out of control. Now, there's loads of different ways to breathe, and everybody wants to tell you theirs is the best, and that one's crap, and it's just, the thing is, every single breath work has an advantage to actually recognizing that we are breathing and doing it, taking it over consciously, can be very powerful. Nose breathing, you've got to be breathing through the nose, unless you're deliberately doing some mouth breathing, which we will do this month. So don't complicate things. There's lots of fancy dancy names for it. You breathe in, you breathe out. You can do it slower, you can do it faster. You can hold your breath out, you can hold your breath in. You can do it into the belly, into the chest, into the head. There's lots of different varieties, right? But the big thing that we really need you to get is that you're changing your own chemistry. And when you change your own chemistry, you change how you feel. And when you change how you feel, it changes what you think. Okay? So it's a powerful, powerful resource for changing how you're feeling and changing what you're thinking. And that, as we are emotional beings that are getting a wee bit out of control, so much anxiety, so much social anxiety, so many people sick, we have to learn, and the adrenal, so many people running on their adrenals, and we need to learn to switch that off and get back into the rest, restore, and repair state. So if we keep it simple, you're either in contraction, which is this adrenaline, stress hormone, something's wrong, I need to keep going. And there's nothing wrong with that state. It's very helpful on certain occasions, but don't stay in it all day and all night. And then the more expanded state, and that's when your IQ goes down, because the body's like, right, okay, I need to do things, I need to run, I need to fight, I need to freeze, I need to get out of a tricky situation. Whereas in this other state, it's like, it's all good, the body knows what to do. I can just switch off the stress hormones and allow the body to do whatever it's going to do, whether that's digesting your food, whether that's interacting with your partner, your children, or your workmates, whatever it is. It's always going to be easier and more helpful in that state. Understand which state you want to be in and how you can get there. Now, going from my own experience, again, there's, it's like, this is the way, this is the magic tool, the magic potion, the magic protocol, the magic vitamin. And it's all really about selling you something. Now, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, because there isn't. A lot of people get helped by different protocols, by different supplements, by different therapists. Of course they do. They get helped by that. But in general here, what we're talking about is you've got all the power within you to make the changes and to stay well, which is clearly way, way easier than waiting until you get diagnosed with something that you don't want. And that's happening to a lot of people. I don't even want to talk about statistics, because it just plants another seed. And then I think what happens is that anytime the body's doing something, we think, it must be serious, instead of, like, it ebbs and flows, and it works through things, and it processes things. And sometimes that's uncomfortable. If you've been doing the fasting, you might have found that uncomfortable. Not eating at night, a lot of people find that challenging. Not eating for 1 to 3 days, a lot of people find that challenging. It's all about understanding. And again, going back to Andrew Huberman, who just does phenomenal science-based work, there's an area of the brain now, they've got a fancy name for it, I can't remember what it is, but that actually responds to us doing things that we don't want to do. How mental is that? Now, we know the cells respond. So, I went through, anybody that follows me knows that at the end of last year, I went through a really challenging phase, and I did not want to get cold. But I also realised that I was getting emotionally weaker if I wasn't going into the water. So I made myself do it, because obviously I've been doing it for a long time. It's much easier when you've already created the habit. But it's interesting, once you stop resisting again, so then of course I made myself do it and I stopped resisting, this part of the brain goes back down to normal. So with breath work, again, trust me, as somebody who's worked in the healing world for decades, people, oh, I do that, and oh yeah, I do that, and I eat really well, and I just know, and I include myself in this, unless you are actually writing down what you're doing on a daily basis and eating, you're probably fibbing to yourself a little bit. What are you actually doing on a daily basis, and how long are you doing it for? And and I'm a big fan of using protocols that you enjoy, but also with this new science, which is, creating these new habits and expansion, is we have to do things that are probably going to take us right out of the comfort zone. It's as simple as that. Now, breathwork is one of my favourite protocols, obviously, because it always makes me feel good. But make no mistake, when you go into some of the more transformational breathworks, it's a workout. And you're maybe going for an hour, and you're really, really working it, and resistance will come in if you're not used to that. It's obvious. As soon as you start doing something that you're not always done, the body will be like, what are you doing here? So you may have to override that resistance. The other thing is, the body gets very, very quickly will get used to something. I'm saying very quickly, not always. And so then you have to switch it up, because it's the same with your exercise. They call it cross training. Do a little bit of this, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. If you just keep doing the same thing day, and you get very comfortable with it, and then you can be very righteous and say, well, I do that. And yes, I do that every day. But the body's not getting the same benefit from it, because the body already knows how to do it. So with breath work, it's very much, don't get caught up in all the claptrap that goes with so many of these things now. There's loads of different ways to breathe. There's loads of they're all fantastic, because what they're doing really is they're getting you to consciously override the program, what you naturally do, and they're getting you to consciously breathe. And all that means is you're doing it deliberately. So we can use words that make it sound a lot more fanciful. Now, don't get me wrong, you can absolutely, breathwork can be a very sacred practice with very clear intention and with beautiful music, and it can take you to a place that maybe you've never been. That's certainly what happened to me when I started it. But you also can do that yourself. So if you don't have the money to go to classes, and you don't have the understanding how to do it yourself, well, join these free lives, and I'm guarantee you will know how to get your body into a very different state. So let's just start with two very practical tips, which is one, you want more energy, breathe in longer than you're breathing out if you want to ramp the body up. And if you want to calm down, if you've got anxiety, panic attacks, etc., breathe out longer than you're breathing in. Okay? So out for calm, and out longer for calm, and in longer for energy. So I'm going to show you that. I'll give you a couple of demonstrations today. My absolute favourite, if I have any anxiety, is the 478. And we'll do that. For those of you that are new, that maybe don't have never seen the 478 before, and for those of you who know it but just don't do it, which is often what I do as well, you need to remind yourself when you're creating new habits, you need to keep doing it and keep doing it and keep doing it until the body just actually wants to do it. So let's start with the 478, which is a very powerful calm your nervous system down technique. Now, according to what's his name? Oh my God, Andrew Weil, Dr. Andrew Weil, who introduced me to this. He said that he had a guy on a lot of major medications for anxiety, and this technique daily for 2 years. So again, it's that practice. You're going, no, this is the way we're doing it. The body's like, ah, we're like, no, calm. And you are the one that takes it out that state over and over and over again, like training a puppy until the body gets it. Okay, so that you're in control of this thing rather than it being in control of you, which is really the ultimate sense of freedom, when you're just like, right, okay, fear's coming in, but I will allow this fear to come in. I will breathe it away. I will consciously intend. I'll let it go. That you're absolutely in control of your emotional state as much as you can be. I'm not saying, obviously, this again is a practice. You know, when you're in grief, if you've had major loss, that's a different situation. We're just talking about daily claptrap that gets you into a state that you don't enjoy. So 478 is breathing in for 4, hold for 7, and then breathe out for 8 with your tongue on that little bit of skin at the top of your front teeth. So that closes a circle of energy. So we'll just do it with me. So breathe in, hold, and out through the mouth. And in, hold, and out. And in, hold, and out. One more in, hold, and out. Okay. Just check in and see how you feel. How do you feel? I feel great because I've been fasting. I've just got this amazing feeling. Okay, so the 478, absolute no-brainer. Know that, practice it. If you suffer from anxiety, practice it as many times a day as you want. You can also, remember that thing you used to do with your hands where you make the bird noises, where you can put your hands and breathe through your mouth into that. So you would be doing it, so you're putting resistance into it. Okay, when you breathe through your nose as opposed to your mouth, that it goes through an apparatus that creates resistance. So hi Sean, hi Nikki's okay, she's message her and you'll find out. Yes. Oh, great, Claire. Yeah, it's breathing and fasting and praying and fasting. It's so cool. So that's the 478. So I'm going to show you again 10 rounds of breathing in longer than you're breathing out. And I'm going to do another 10 breathing out longer than you're breathing in. And it's so simple. And this is, I mean, this has to be getting taught to children. Teach your kids how to breathe and change their emotional state, how to breathe, instead of giving them all sorts of medications, understand the power that they have over their body when they learn how to do it. And obviously for kids, exercise is a huge thing, getting them doing stuff that they love, running them around and into the ground outside if possible. But for us, if you're inside a lot, these are the techniques that you can do, and they just take a few minutes. Okay, so I need to be careful here because when you've been fasting, you can change your state far faster. So if I pass out, just bear with me. I'm in a chair, I'm safe, it's all good. So we're going to do the energizing one first. So just breathing in for 7 and out for 5. And again, we'll do in through the nose and out through the mouth. Okay, in and out. 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 Okay. And again, just feel. How does it feel? A wee bit exhilarated. So that's the one for more energy. Longer in and shorter out. Longer in and shorter out. It's not something, to be honest, I do that much because more intent, certainly have been over the last few months, and calming myself down rather than energizing myself. But yeah, if you're at work, if you're getting that kind of afternoon slump, in longer in and shorter out, longer in and shorter out, and really pump that energy up. That's the incredible power that you have. Yeah, it's amazing, Claire, isn't it? I really would like to do, I'm thinking about doing a fasting retreat because I think it'd be really fun to get together and do it and be able to really take the breath work and, the meditation and the intentions a lot deeper. I think we could have a lot of fun with that. Okay, so just kind of calm down again. Can highly recommend this fasting for yeah, feeling amazing. So the last one we're going to do is breathing out in for 5 and out for 7. Really, really easy. So breathing in and out. 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 And in and out. And in and out. And in and out. And in and out. Okay. And again, just tune in to how that feels. And you maybe, I don't know whether, whether it's just because I've been fasting, you can start to feel a sort of tingling and a real sense of euphoria and calm. And really, yeah, really just tune into the body and how you're feeling. Yeah. So that's three really, really simple. And this is the whole thing. We're always looking for really complicated solutions to all our problems. We want somebody with 10 PhDs in a laboratory with a microscope discovering something. And it's really, these things are so simple and they work. And there's tons of data around it now. And you can feel it. Yes, Claire, isn't it? It's incredible. It's just incredible. You start adding these protocols together, intermittent fasting, a little 20 minutes vigorous walking, some nice breath work, and just know what you're doing and just keep doing it every single day for months and months and months. And I'm going to talk about this more in a different, because I think I've given you enough information today, but how breath work and diaphragmatic breathing affects the microbiome, because that's the big buzz thing. And obviously, I've been talking about that a lot with parasites and worms and flukes and viruses, etc., that we're holding in the body, and how it can be challenging to to get these things balanced in the ecosystem. And Janice Klein at Nourished by Nature doing great work with getting the fermented foods. But it might not work for everybody. Some aged foods are not right at certain times, so it can get complicated for people. But what we do know is live foods, live enzymes, raw foods, leaves, foraging, getting stuff from nature and getting that these pure enzymes into the body. But breath work can also really help the microbiome. I've seen Joe Dispenza students get rid of all their food allergies simply by meditating. So there's lots of things that you can do, and your job is to find out what you're getting attracted to, what resonates with you, and what can you fit into what's probably a very bit or an already busy life. So if you don't have the time to make all the foods, if you don't have the money to buy all the supplements, etc., what we're doing is we're giving you all these different ways that you can improve your microbiome, improve your state, how you feel. And of course, when you feel good, you are going to make better choices. It's really, really simple. So if you're looking for techniques, they're talking now about 4 tablespoons of fermented foods per day to completely change your microbiome. So again, I'm sure you can make it yourself or buy it. It's obviously much, much better if it's made homemade, or if you know somebody who's making it, ask them to make you some. So there's very, very simple things that you can do, that you can add in without having to make huge dramatic changes. Intermittent fasting, daily breath work, understanding that your breath will help you manage your emotions, and get out and get 20 minutes vigorous walk per day. Easy peasy. Okay, I'm going to be back on here live talking about inner dance, which is incredible. I've got Caroline coming to the Aberdeen Goddess Gathering to do inner dance. Now, I did a week training in inner dance last year. I've not actually started teaching it yet because I've just got so many other things going on. But while lying down and listening to music, it changes your brain frequencies. I mean, what could be more incredible than that? So anyway, keep going. Please spread the word. You can really do me a massive favour by sharing the lives, telling people about all the information that we're giving away in our groups, about our events. It's a really massive, massive help to me if you can share and spread the word, because obviously the more people we can get involved, the more people we get to the events, the more money we've got to create things and make things that are going to help educate, inspire and support the people of Scotland and beyond, way, way back into greater levels of understanding how powerful you actually are when you understand. Anyway, cool. Have a great day. Huge love. Ciao.